Greetings and namaskara, everyone. This Himalayan Academy Publications presentation is by Satguru Bodhinatha Velan Swami and is based upon the Publisher's Desk article in the July, August, September 2012 edition of our magazine Hinduism Today and is entitled, Which Yoga Should I Follow? In this first section, we will be exploring the puzzle of the several yogas. And hopefully we will bring together for you all the pieces, giving you a better overview of what can be a confusing array of interpretations. In modern Hindu texts, the most common summary of Hindu spiritual practice is the four yogas: Karma Yoga, the path of action; Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion; Raja Yoga, the path of meditation; Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge. Let's start with a short description of each and then ponder the question, which yoga or yogas should I pursue at this time? Karma Yoga can be most simply defined as the path of action and simple service. It begins with refraining from what should not be done. Next, we seek to renounce actions motivated solely by selfish desires, to give up those actions that benefit only ourselves. Then comes a desire to conscientiously fulfill our duties in life. An important aspect of Karma Yoga is performing selfless service to help others. When we are successful, our work is transformed into worship. My Paramaguru Yogaswami of Sri Lanka captured the essence of this ideal when he said, "All work must be done with the aim of reaching God." Bhakti Yoga is the path of devotion to and love of God. Practice focuses on listening to stories about God, singing devotional hymns, pilgrimage, intoning a mantra, and worshiping in temples and one's home shrine. The fruition of Bhakti Yoga is an ever closer rapport with the divine, developing qualities that make communion possible: love, selflessness, and purity, eventually leading to prapati, self-effacement, and total surrender to God. My Guru Savaya Subramanya Swami gave this insightful description: God is love, and to love God is the pure path described in the Agamas, category of revealed scripture. Veritably, these texts are God's own voice admonishing the samsari, reincarnation's wanderer, to give up love of the transient and adore instead the immortal. How to love the divine, when and where, with what mantras and visualizations, and at what auspicious times, all this is preserved in the Agamas. Raja Yoga is the path of meditation. It is a system of 8 progressive stages of practice: ethical restraints, religious observances, posture, and breath control. Sense withdrawal, concentration, meditation, and ecstasy or mystic oneness. The focus is on restraining the modifications of the mind so that our awareness, which usually takes on the forms of the mind's modifications, can abide in its purest, simplest, essential form. The restraint of these modifications is achieved through practice and detachment. My guru used the term consciousness to explain the modifications of the mind. Consciousness and awareness are the same when awareness is totally identified with and attached to that which it is aware of. To separate the two is the artful practice of yoga. Jnana Yoga is the path of knowledge. It involves philosophical study and discrimination between the real and the unreal. Though the word jnana is derived from the root jnan, which simply means knowing, it has a higher philosophical connotation. It is not only intellectual knowledge, but also intuitive experience. It starts with the former and ends with the latter. Jnana Yoga consists of 3 progressive practices: Shravana, listening to scripture; Manana, thinking and reflecting; Nididhyasana, constant and profound meditation. 4 great sayings from the Upanishads are often the subject of reflection during the Jnana Yoga sadhanas. Consciousness is Brahman. That thou art. The self is Brahman. I am Brahman. Swami Chinmayananda, founder of Chinmaya Mission, taught, the goal of Jnana Yoga is, through discrimination, to differentiate between the real and the unreal, and finally come to realize one's identity with the supreme reality. Having looked briefly at each of the 4 primary yogas, let's explore how they are approached in various schools of thought. It may surprise you to learn that schools you are familiar with define yoga quite differently. This knowledge may help you to choose the yoga or yogas that is right for you to practice at this stage of your spiritual work. The first and most widely known approach is to choose one of the yogas based on your temperament. The Vedanta Society of Southern California puts forth this approach on its website. Spiritual aspirants can be broadly classified into 4 psychological types: the predominantly emotional, the predominantly intellectual, the physically active, the meditative. There are 4 primary yogas designated to fit each psychological type. In this approach, bhakti yoga is recommended for the predominantly emotional, jnana yoga for the intellectual, karma yoga for the physically active, and raja yoga for the meditative person. However, it is sometimes advised that seekers who are intellectually inclined should stay away from jnana yoga. Linda Johnson explains this in her book, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Hinduism. Think you're smart? Surprisingly, Hindu gurus often advise bright people to take up the path of devotion, not jnana yoga. That's because very intelligent people often benefit more by learning to open their hearts. Jnana Yoga is not so much for intellectuals as for people who are strongly developed mystical sense and a burning desire for the actual experience of God realization. A second approach is to choose one of the yogas as your primary focus based on your temperament, but to also practice the other three yogas in a secondary way. Swami Shivananda, founder of the Divine Life Society, maintained that though seekers naturally gravitate toward one path, the lessons of each of the paths must be integrated by every seeker if true wisdom is to be attained. The motto of his organization, Divine Life Society, is Serve, Love, Meditate, Realize. Reflecting on this concept, we can see that it refers respectively to Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. The third approach emphasizes that one or another of the four yogas is the highest path and should be followed by everyone. It is common for Vaishnava organizations to put forth Bhakti Yoga or devotional practices as the path for all followers. That is to say, Vaishnavism focuses on self-transcending love and surrender as the principal means of liberation. In addition, Karma Yoga is advised as a purificatory preparation for the practices of devotion. Sri Ramanuja states that in preparation for meditation or the contemplative remembrance of the divine, one should engage in Karma Yoga. Some Vedantic traditions put forth Jnana Yoga as the path for all. For example, in the Smarta tradition of Adi Shankara, Karma Yoga is performed as a preliminary sadhana, leading one to Jnana Yoga, which is defined as meditation based on philosophical discrimination. The idea is found in Shankara's Vivekachudamani. Work is for the purification of the mind, not for the perception of reality. The realization of truth is caused by discrimination, not in the least by 10 millions of acts. A fourth approach is that the practice of Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Raja Yoga constitutes a prerequisite for taking up Jnana Yoga, or experiencing unity with God, enlightenment. Swami Ramakrishnananda of the Vishwadharma Mandalam in New York City wrote, "Before delving into Jnana Yoga, it is important that a disciple grows and develops in service, or Karma Yoga, in devotion to God, or Bhakti Yoga, and in meditation, or Raja Yoga. Because in studying this philosophy without preparation, one risks transforming oneself into a lip Vedantist, a person who talks about that which he does not truly know." Swami Vishnu Devananda of Shivananda Yoga Vedanta Centers propounded a similar idea. Before practicing Jnana Yoga, the aspirant needs to have integrated the lessons of the other yogic paths. For without selflessness and love of God, strength of body and mind, the search for self-realization can become mere idle speculation. Sadhguru Savaya Subramanya Swami stated, "Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga are the necessary prelude to the higher philosophies and practices." He saw wisdom in this fourth approach and described the four as stepping stones, each needed for our spiritual progress. He taught that the four yogas, or padas, are cumulative stages and none should be abandoned as one advances on the path. Here are his words. In Karma Yoga, or the Charya Pada, the stage of selfless service, we attend the temple because we have to, because it is expected of us. In Bhakti, the Kriya Pada, the stage of worshipful sadhanas, we attend because we want to. Our love of God is the motivation. In the Yogapada, we worship God internally, in the sanctum of the heart, yet even the yogi immersed in the superconscious depths of mind has not outgrown the temple. It is there, God's home on the earth plane, when the yogi returns to normal consciousness. So perfect is the temple worship of those who have traversed the Jnanapada that they themselves become worship's object, living, moving temples. We never outgrow temple worship. It simply becomes more profound and meaningful as we progress through 4 spiritual levels. Still confused as to which yoga or yogas to choose for yourself? Of course, if you have a teacher, this is an excellent point of discussion to have with him or her. If you don't have a teacher, then a conservative approach is to work first on karma yoga and bhakti yoga. These yogas work swiftly with the ego and clear all important barriers to deeper realization. Barriers too many neglect to resolve on the path because ego can be difficult to overcome. The benefits of their practice include a slow purification of the mind, developing of greater humility and selflessness, and a growing sense of devotion and certainty that all our actions are steadily moving us closer to God. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.